What's up, guys? 747 and welcome to Watch for the Plus. Got more content coming your way. So this is video number 98. I have 100 right around the corner. I have big things planned for numero 100. Sorry for Spanish speakers out there. And I'm just looking forward to that. So today, forget all that shit I just mentioned there, because we're reviewing a show called Kyonyuu Fantasy. It's a 2012 animation made by a Majin label, the same people who made the show I reviewed called Shihai no Kyodan. Basically, the show like this dude delinquent just going through all his teachers because he felt like doing it. Yeah, so those same people, they got worse as time goes on, because this is probably one of those like, wow, I'm surprised it's actually good type of series. Now, mind you, it has this one annoying trope which might bother you from the get-go. If you've watched No Game No Life, which if you have, you are too degenerate, by the way. Basically what they have is like the slacker Sigma male who doesn't choose to participate in society whatsoever and just is a failure on every front. However, he's a mastermind genius if he really puts his mind to it type shit, right? And it's just like, what you get. I get the subversion of expectations, but when it happens every single time, when it's so common of a trope, you can't really pull that off as, well as you can in mainstream anime. However, in this format we're covering it does actually equate to something being funny, because it also proves that his intentions aren't as pure as we believe it is. We are going to have to do a lot of world building for this one, because it's basically in the era of like kingdoms and rebellious armies. So we have Ryuuto, the failed knight who I mentioned before, basically bottom of his class, bottom of the barrel, just absolute, just dredge of society, right? He sent a message to a general called Boban. Boban essentially has been trapped in this area for about 2 years or so, mainly because of a succubus and another rebellious army trying to hold them at bay, right? So two things to take care of. They're gonna take care of the succubus first. So what the Boban man does, he sees this failure of a knight, asks him, why are you failure of a knight? And instead of, have him go about his business, because all he's supposed to do is just give a message, he's like, you know what, bro, hold up. Before you go, can you take care of the succubus? Yeah, she killed 12 of my men. It's just really messing us up, and I think you can handle it. And Ryuuto's like, bro, I'm a failure. I don't have any powers whatsoever. I'm the worst person in society. I am the bot. I literally, if you were gonna rank me, you would go Jester, 500 pounds of crap, and then there's me right underneath it. That's why are you doing this for? Of course, Boban doesn't hear any of this because he wants disposable labor, and he goes straight to the succubus. Then, of course, wonderfully, magically, Ryuuto can outlast the succubus and now has the succubus on his side. And he goes back to Boban, and Boban's like, whoa, I said kill it. Why are you friends with it? Why are you friends with a succubus? What is your problem? And right, I mean, that's an obvious question, right? That's it's an obvious question. And at this point, Boban goes, well, I mean, you did that. Let me go ahead and get you going to something else, shall we? Let me meet my wife right quick, okay? Now, you're probably asking, if Boban got his entire legion saved from this random weirdo who just took care of a succubus who was literally destroying his men, sucking them dry, pun intended obviously, then why wouldn't he just let him go about his business? Because it proves that, Ryuuto has some prowess to him if he's able to take care of something that just destroys 10 of your men. So why would you take advantage of him yet again? I don't know. Maybe just evil people don't have that much foresight. Who knows? Who knows? Object permanence. Hello, where are you? And when he tells Ryuuto to see his wife hasn't been touched by Boban in forever because he's trying to get her divorced so he can take all her wealth, because apparently she owns, or she's a part of an heir, and he wants alimony. It's like a reverse moment. This is a squad W moment as fuck.
True, and yeah, that's pretty true.
You know what I mean? He's trying to divorce his wife, Roxanne, for the alimony, for the riches, for the army, fully in his control. That's kind of funny to me. Squad W, brother. God damn it. Salute. I would be with you, but you're a piece of crap, so I can't really get on your side. And so, with the help of the succubus, her name is Shemsel, none of that happened to his success. Right when Roxanne was caught in the act with Ryuuto, and Boban caught up and said, haha, see, you're exposed. Look, I caught evidence. But they're in like the 5th century. What video evidence do you have? You can't prove infidelity if you don't have proof of infidelity. What are you gonna do? Bring a semen sample with her saliva on it and have them test it? Oh wait, you're in the 5th century. What is this plan, Boban? What are you doing? That's what I told you. Evil people don't have any sense of object permanence. They don't have any sense of like long-term justifications at all. Because if he saw that just error in his ways, apparently his whole plan was if you witness the infidelity, then that's good enough to file for divorce and get a divorce going. because, you know, you just say, hey, she cheated on me, give me her wealth, and that's how that works, okay? Oh my god. Oh my god. It didn't work out. Shem Cell paralyzed Boban from the start. Boom, caught in the cell. And then on top of that, seems like Boban being trapped was, I guess, for his own good, because he was basically colluding with the king's reject son named Bobon. Okay, so I messed up. Oh, fuck. And so now the conspiracy is exposed, and Ryuuto, with the assistance of his brand new succubus pet sidekick, go to the kingdom, and they get promoted to general for this brand new fleet that's also getting flooded by Gladys's rebellion army. Now, two things here. Number one, this anti-Roshi looking fellow over here doesn't like Ryuuto because he's a part of the Night Academy and because he actually succeeded despite being a failure. So what anti-Roshi did was, instead of allowing Ryuuto to have a safe, secure, stable job with benefits in the 401k, he instead suggested the king to go promote Ryuuto to become general to a place where basically the general dies like every week, because Gladys's army is so goddamn strong. They can just, if they wanted to, invade the entire nation and just have it, because they have all the rebels routed up and corralled into one Amalgus group. So his whole plan there, anti-Roshi, was to kill off Ryuuto, but little does he know, plot armor exists, plus the 500 IQ stat that just allows him to do whatever he wants, despite having an aloof nature. When he's there, the men are trying to assassinate him because they see him as a failure. They're talking shit about him before you even walked in the building. They're like, who is our new general? I sure hope it's not this random guy who I hate or randomly brought up for no reason. It was funny. I'll admit it was funny. After trying to get this man assassinated, Ryuuto proves himself by being a competent leader and pointing out the flaws in this entire establishment's defense, right? First flaw is this. How is Gladys continuously able to strategically kill off the men like they're almost testing explosive, essentially? Like, they just do it almost perfect counter. And this weasel over here is like, what do you mean? We're just trying to defend the nation. Little did we know, surprise, surprise, this weasel little bastard over here was actually considering assassinating the brand new General Ryuuto was a double agent. He was going to Gladys, giving Gladys information, coming back to the general's stand where Ryuuto is now at, say, oh, go over here, pretty much confirming their deaths by leaking the exact coordinates where they're going to go to Gladys, the enemy army, the rebellion army. So Ryuuto saw through all this. Obviously, this man's a 4-head, 5-head genius. He goes straight to Gladys herself after she comes into his base and basically proposes like, hey, so I can either kill you, kidnap you, or have your men just endlessly work till they're dead. And then she's like, why would I do that? You're like nothing to me. Hello? Get out of my sight. You're funny though. You're actually funny though. And that turns out to be a chess match, right? So apparently Gladys, this Chad of a lad, was so amused by Ryuuto's aggressive, attentive nature that she amused his chess match and actually lost and got kidnapped instead of like having all her men sacrificed. However, she did sacrifice. Therefore, the entirety of the rebel army just got dismantled because their head leader, Gladys, was gone. Now, one thing's interesting about this though is like, the reason why she had all the rebellion army just sitting there, just fighting these guys, just killing them nonstop, was because, number one, they wanted to feed that craving of killing authority. They had to get that itch out the way. So doing it by just farming this random platoon soldiers is good enough for them. Number two, she's able to stop a cool rebellion by having all of the factions assume under one name. Therefore, no one can wild out because they're all in it together. They're a team, you know what I mean? They're at it for one cause, you know what I mean? Why do this if you can just stick together and mess it up like this? I kind of like that part of the story because it allows you to go, wait, they actually did 2 seconds of research onto what an inside conspiratorial rebellious army would look like, right? And the reason why she was holding them hostage there was because she was in conspiracy with Bowen and Boban, who were trying to basically fund the rebellion against the kingdom, essentially. And then what the rebellion would be was, as soon as they would collapse, Bobon, the failure son, would come out of nowhere, dismantle the entire plan, to usurp the kingdom from his dad, and call it a day. That was the whole plan from Boban's perspective. However, it didn't work out because Ryuuto existed. Of course, to go at it, obviously, because his ulterior motives wasn't just to save the kingdom. No, it was just to bed Gladys as well. So that was his whole intention there. And that was the end of the series. Now, one thing I will mention though is like, Shem Cell was also another plot armor, to say the least, for him, because There are multiple times where they try to assassinate him. There are multiple times when they try to like get the one up on him. But Shamso went invisible, saw the loophole in the plan, knifed it up, told my boy Ryuuto about it. They tag teamed it, and then that's the end of that evil plot. And they win. They win. They just win. They just get dubs, bro. This one's actually fun to watch. It's like not as torturous or awful as I thought it would be. It's only torturous and awful for the people who are torturous and awful, so therefore it kind of cancels out, you know what I'm saying? And sure, I'd suggest you watch this. Why not? There are multiple scenes where, you know, it's very engaging, to say the least. And yeah, I'd be down to rewatch that shit again for pure speculative entertainment reasons. Recreational purposes. Yep. Alright guys, I don't have an outro, but if I did, wouldn't matter because no one makes this on the video. Good night.